Do we still have something to fight for, considering the fact that we have a brick wall in front of us?
I think we do. Having a fight doesn't mean we're over, right?
I know, but we just keep having this crazy episode, and it's almost like we can't talk about it without going crazy.
Maybe this is our biggest test, right? I can't believe I'm saying this, but I think if we can get past this, like, nothing will be able to shake us.
I believe so too. Look, when I met you, all I wanted to do was just to be a decent and honest man. But then, I fell in love with you, and it feels so good.
To be honest, when I first met you, the idea was to have fun and be done with it. And you weren't so bad.
Not so bad?
Wait, let me finish. But you were more than I thought I deserved, and it was only natural that I fell in love with you the way I did.
I really want to do this, okay? Look, every part of me just wants to love you so much.
Tony, I've only fallen in love with you more since I met you. I mean, sometimes I try to catch myself, but I can't help it.
Look, babe, the way you love me and make me happy is the reason why I am the way I am, especially with you.
I've always felt that a guy who loves me the way you do deserves all the best that I can give.
I have never felt like this about anyone, Fee. I'm so in love with you.
I am as well, always and forever.
And you think that is valid?
You don't?
You don't want to have kids because of the life you had growing up.
Look, see, the world will always take advantage of children. And sometimes it's those who are supposed to take care of them that end up taking advantage of them the most. Don't you get it?
I understand that.
No,
okay?
you don't. My stepfather always found a reason to beat my sisters and I growing up. And surprisingly, my mom never had an issue with it. On the contrary, she always figured we must have done something wrong, deserving of the punishment. See, my dad had only passed 3 years before they met, and she didn't even want to have anything to do with her children. Not even when my sister was taken to the hospital because my stepdad beat her for wasting water. She went into the hospital and never came out. And you know what my mom did? She came to talk to us about character, saying good children get rewarded and bad children get punished by God. That was my mother. That is my DNA. Fortunately, she didn't have any child with that man. It has to end with us, my sister and I.
But babe, look, there are people who actually get over these childhood traumas, okay? I know it's going to take some time, but you can. I know you to be a very wonderful and considerate human.
And don't you think I'll go into natural mode when these kids come? But see, I know how much goes into parenting a child, even though I haven't experienced it. I know what it takes, you know, to raise a child in terms of time, effort, and money.
Look, babe, having a child can add stress to your life and marriage, but nothing good comes so easy. Look, we work so hard to earn money and have a better life, so having a child shouldn't be a problem.
And when it becomes stressful, which it will be, what would I do? Won't I turn into my mother and become crazy?
Look,
I'd rather die before I become like her.
but Finn, you're not your mom, okay? You shouldn't let that define who you are.
You don't think most of us are potentially our parents? Look, see, I don't have the mental capacity to raise a child, and I am fine with that. Look, see, what happens if we have children and we die while they're kids? You can't ask me to take on all of that stress, not even when I can't handle it mentally. And you know the kind of world we live in.
Fee, the world isn't as crazy as it used to be. I mean, it's a better world right now, okay? Look, what we have now are just economic issues, global warming, and other environmental issues.
And that shouldn't bother a parent.
If it did, people should have given up having kids after World War I, especially those who made it to World War II. They could have just assumed the world was just coming to an end or something.
But a lot of kids must have suffered.
And the world still survived whether they had bad experiences growing up or not.
I just don't see why I need to bring in a child into this circus.
Ever since we started talking about this, I realized how much more I want kids. And it's not even a question.
But must you have kids?
A part of me wants to give my parents grandchildren.
So you're doing this for them then?
Well, that's not all, okay? But part of it. Plus, it's nice to have a family. You won't get so lonely, and when you get old, you're surrounded by people who care and love you so much. I mean,
there's no guarantee that is going to happen. And not to sound like a pessimist, but what if life doesn't play out the way you want it? What if for some reason you have these kids and they don't want to be around you or they can't be around you?
That's a lot of pessimism.
But it's the truth.
And if I don't have a child, my family name dies with me, and I don't want that.
And what if you can't have a child biologically?
That's a different situation.
Point is, it is not the end of the world. And in the grand scheme of things, it's more about what you want than the child.
Why are you making it sound so bad? Look, I'm human, okay? And I love to have people around me, especially family. And I have a natural desire to have children.
Look, see, I get it, right? But it sounds more like what you want to get out of the experience of having a child.
Have you ever seen a child complain about being born? It's just a natural human instinct.
Sounds more like societal expectation and pressure to me.
Even among religious folks, your children can help you get good with God when they say prayers for you. There are blessings attached when you help your parents and also raise your children as well. It's going to kill my parents that I intentionally don't want to have kids.
I understand.
No, you don't understand. Look, they've lived most of their lives with me, hoping to have a grandchild. Do you know how much it's going to hurt them? I'm not sure I can even look at them and just share that thought with them.
But if they have this unconditional love you say parents have for their kids, then I believe they will understand you and support you.
But it's going to hurt them so much. Have you told your sister about it?
Not in details, but either ways, it's not her business.
But it is. She's your family, okay? You can't just keep acting like an island when you have connection to people.
I don't, but I believe my decisions are mine.
Yes, they are. But if we share our lives with people that actually care about us, we can't just cut them off because we want to make a decision. That sounds so selfish.
I'm not cutting anybody out, but why can't they listen to what I want, accept it, and support it?
Which is not wrong, but if they don't support you, does that mean it's your way or you just cut them off? You know our friends are going to have opinions too, right?
Look, see, people will always have opinions, but that doesn't mean what they want supersedes what we want for ourselves.
Are you really going to hold on to this what I want narrative?
Because it is my life.
That you share with other people. Look, we live and grow with people, okay? You can't just cut them off because they don't agree to what you want.
The people in our lives matter, but what they think about me not having kids really doesn't make a difference. What's important is how I feel and the reasons which are unique to me.
And you think we can live our lives happy without kids?
I think that's a question for you to answer.
Because you've closed that door on yourself already.
Because I never thought I'd be in this position having this conversation in the first place.
So if you can do this, why draw a line at having kids?
Because it's one thing to share your life with an adult and another to birth and raise a child.
But kids can give your life meaning. I mean, they open up things you never knew existed. They can help you grow, they can help you love, they can help you understand things better. Look, as much as you think you give to them, they give to you as a parent.
But you can evolve and be that person through other experiences. Working, being around people, you can be all of that.
Look, Fee, see, it's different with kids, okay? Now, my father used to tell me that I cried so much as a kid. He would look after me just so my mother could sleep. And that simple act just made them so close.
And he loves to sleep.
Yes, it does. But what he wanted didn't matter. Just made him realize how much he loves me.
Look, see, all of that sounds really nice, but would you say the same to couples who couldn't handle the pressure of children and it ruined their relationships?
True. Relationships sometimes turn out good or bad, but it all depends on the people involved and what they strive to achieve, especially when they're sincere with each other. Finding happiness relationship has a lot to do with the actions taken in that relationship. You can't claim to have happiness when you don't take actions. When you see the results of your actions, it makes you happy. Babe, every parent is happy to see their child succeed. As a couple, it makes them proud of themselves to see that they've done a great job with their child. So baby, having a child makes you happy.
So, we won't be happy without a child?
Maybe we just have to find some semblance of it, but it's not complete without a child. So is this a deal breaker for us?
I don't want it to be. I love you so much. I never thought this was possible, and now that I have it, I can't imagine losing you.
I have never really had the best experiences when it comes to relationship. It's always one thing or the other, and you know people tell lies.
Oh, the liars, the manipulators. I've always learned to spot the BS from far away, so I just learned to stay away.
You know, I always felt I would just, just get a girl and settle. Maybe love will happen, maybe not. I would never know. But ever since I met you, I have never been in love like this before, and I'm not sure I can find it again if I ever lose you.
I always feel like we are two people who needed each other and found each other.
But it feels like we've run our course, and you don't feel like you're going to change your mind in future?
I don't think so.
Maybe in 3 or 5 years, you want us to have kids.
And what if I don't? Will you not feel trapped with me?
So this is the end, isn't it?
Do you feel like you can ever get past this?
I don't want to lie to you, but the truth is, I don't know.
So this is it?
I don't want it to be.
Is there no middle ground to all of this? Because it will make sense to be sure everything will work out well, and there is no way to know that since you can't live your life backwards. At the end of the day, when you are unsure of everything, you go back to what is familiar, you go back to what is safe.
This guy, how do you get back and not call me?
I hope you realize we just got back 6 hours ago.
Yes, but after all the while we will do for wedding, you would at least call us when you land from honeymoon.
Nah, alright, see. Let me just end this call then. Call you back when I wake up.
Nah, so, now that you're a married man, come and receive lecture. You know I have experience. Was the one from my grandfather and...
1 million wives. I know.
What's wrong with you? He was just 39.
Okay then.
Honestly, I am proud of you. You handled that situation like a man. And there's nothing more anyone can ask of you.
Well, I think at the end of the day, the idea is just to make decisions that you can live with. I think I've made mine. So it makes me happy.